Πολύ καλησπέρα και πάλι. Είμαστε πίσω για άλλο ένα επεισόδιο Alan Wake. Έχουμε φτάσει στην καμπίνα μαζί με την Alice. Δεν είναι αυτή που πρέπει να πάμε κανονικά. Αν είδατε και στο προηγούμενο επεισόδιο, απλά φάνηκε να παίρνουμε τα κλειδιά κάποιας άλλης καμπίνας. Συνεχίζουμε, ακάθεκτη. Ελπίζω να σας άρεσε το πρώτο επεισόδιο. Είναι ένα πάρα πολύ καλό παιχνίδι και από ό,τι φαίνεται το έχουν φτιάξει αρκετά καλά. Δηλαδή δεν φαίνεται για παιχνίδι, για παλιό παιχνίδι. Λοιπόν, η εγγραφή του παιχνιδιού γίνεται με το πρόγραμμα της Nvidia, για όσους ενδιαφέρονται, το οποίο μέχρι στιγμής είναι αρκετά καλό και εύχριστο. Δηλαδή πολύ απλό, λιτό, δεν κολλάει και μέχρι στιγμής είναι πολύ εύχριστο. Λοιπόν, when focus is displayed on the screen, you can focus the view on interesting events by pressing and holding F. Okay.
Alice had told me about Cauldron Lake Lodge. The old building used to be a hotel, but these days it was no longer open to the public.
Τέλεια. Και αν θυμάμαι καλά, το επόμενο σκηνικό πρέπει να είναι εκεί πέρα. Πάμε και μία από εδώ, έχει και κάτι συλλεκτικά collectables που παίρνουμε. Η καμπίνα, τίποτα, όχι. Κάτι πρέπει να κάνουμε εδώ αν θυμάμαι καλά. Έχουν περάσει και κάτι χρόνια. Το shift δεν λειτουργεί μέχρι στιγμής.
Here we go. Let's take a look inside. On.
It's dark in there. We need lights. Can you figure out how to get the power on, honey?
Ωραία, αυτή φοβάται το σκοτάδι, μια χαρά.
A shoebox filled with books by Thomas Zane sat on the shelf. I'd never heard of him before.
Hello? Anyone here?
Σε ποιον μιλάμε?
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
Τι είναι αυτό που ακούγεται?
The Deer Fest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less. We'll see if we can rope him into an interview later on. Now let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBF-FM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Why, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was. It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? He's my favorite writer.
Well, Rose, I
just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's glad to be here, too. Well, folks, I guess the secret's out. This is Pat Main on KBF-FM. And now some music.
Great. So much for keeping a low profile.
Ναι, όντως.
The water was clear but dark. It looked very deep.
Ωραίο. Λοιπόν, πάμε να ξεκινήσουμε την γεννήτρια. Δεν θυμάμαι αν είχε το χάρτη την τελευταία φορά.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable.
Έχει και τέτοια.
The lights are on! Good work, honey. I'll freshen up a bit and start settling in.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
The island had once been... It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about my work. I thought we could be happy here. Love story. Maybe it would be that again.
Αλλά δεν νομίζω να είναι ωραία. Και έχουμε βρεθεί και σε λάθος καμπίνα.
Alice? Honey?
Να και ένα collectible.
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you.
Έκπληξη.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn, Alice, you... Everyone
Hey,
keeps...
hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists. Maybe...
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through. Damn it. Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Alan! Alan!
Πάλι θα είσαι.
Help!
Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming!
Τι λες τώρα?
Stay away from me!
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Keep going. Wake up.
Alice? Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. I'd have to find help on foot.
Τι λες τώρα?
The gas station was my best bet. they'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there.
Μια χαρά. Και forest, και long.
Damn.
Τέλεια. Οκ, δεν έχουμε όπλα έτσι κι αλλιώς. Φακός δεν υπάρχει, όπλα δεν υπάρχουν.
Hello?
Ούτε καν.
Hello? Someone there?
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night.
F5. F5. Τι είναι το F5?
Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Alan Wake. Okay. Τι λες τώρα?
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Έκανε και checkpoint.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone.
Και αυτό το ξύλο είναι για να μπεις και να μην ξαναβγείς βέβαια. Ναι. Οκ, πάμε.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
Και τώρα θα είμαστε και σε άλλο ένα.
Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey. Pleased to meet you. Non-refundable reservation deposit required. Fair and square. Fair and square.
σειρά.
The Taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Ωραία. Α, μπαταρίες. 6.
During your trying walking, it's the latest thing. Incontestably proven health benefits let you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You can see the sights and keep those cholesterol levels.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I talk?
Hello? Hello?
Ωραία.
The spat. The bulldozer had gone over the cliff with the office. I hoped Stucky had suffered the same fate, but I wasn't planning on staying to find out.
Ναι, καλή σκέψη.
There were more of them.
Oh, fuck.
I'd never fired a gun outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone. Or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, it felt real enough to make me sick.
Τι λες τώρα? Υπάρχει ένα βέλος. Από εδώ δεν νομίζω να πηγαίνουμε. Ναι.
The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Και από εδώ έχει ένα βέλος.
Η eerie hand-painted graffiti was revealed by my flashlight. Someone had hidden a chest of supplies near it.
Οκ, αυτό δεν το θυμάμαι καθόλου. Flare gun, άμμο, τέλεια. Είναι στο 3. Ωραία, οπότε πρέπει να ψάχνουμε και για αυτά. Μπαταρίες. Οκ, οπότε όπως έχετε καταλάβει, το πιο χρήσιμο πράγμα είναι οι μπαταρίες. Και χωρίς μπαταρίες δεν γίνεται τίποτα.
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend.
Οπότε αυτές οι σελίδες είναι ανακατεμένες και μάλιστα δεν είναι και σε φανερά σημεία. Άρα θέλει λίγο ψάξιμο. Checkpoint, την κατσέλα.
What the hell was that?
Εντάξει.
When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water.
Να, τον βρήκαμε τον τρόπο. Κάτι να βοσβήνει. Εντάξει, δεν ξέρω αν θα τα βρω όλα, αλλά θα προσπαθήσω, γιατί όχι. Γενικά μου αρέσει να ψάχνω ό,τι υπάρχει, ό,τι έχει να προσφέρει το παιχνίδι. Λοιπόν, πάει και από εδώ, πάει και από εδώ. Ή δεν πάει. Α.
Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong.
Ο Μπάρι είναι φίλος και συνεργάτης από ό,τι κατάλαβα και πρέπει να είναι και αυτός που εκδίδει τα συγγράμματά του.
Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me.
Φτάσαμε 12 μπαταρίες. Όχι ρε φίλε. Ο τύπος πέταξε το τσεκούρι. Τι είναι αυτό? Έχει ένα βέλος εδώ. Οκ, να ανέβουμε τη σκάλα. Εντάξει.
Taken. They're taken.
Are filled with darkness. Μάλιστα. Θα μας την πέσουνε και εδώ. Ου, 20. Καμία σελίδα, τίποτα, όχι. Δεν βλέπω κάτι. Πολύ ησυχία έχει.
The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way.
Some other way.
I couldn't stay here. There had to be a way to get up there. The stairs were useless. I had to find something else to help me climb up there.
Τι λες τώρα? Τι λες τώρα?
I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Ωραία, έχει και διάφορους εχθρούς. Please not recycling shotgun, τέλεια. Ωραία. Εννοείται θα το φυλάξω. Και εννοείται που είναι παιχνίδι ότι που πρέπει να ψάξεις. Να και ένα collectible. Move log lift. Α, για να φτιάξουμε γέφυρα. Οκ. Κοντεύουμε. Όχι ρε φίλε. Τίποτα. Κάνα checkpoint θα είναι εδώ. Ναι.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walkies.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but he's just too dumb for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
Bye, Toby. Πολλά εφόδια μου δίνει και δεν μ' αρέσει. Λοιπόν, και το παιχνίδι έχει και διάφορους εχθρούς. Όχι.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still
Καταλάβατε τι έγινε. Κι όμως έγινε. Και αυτό το είδαμε χωρίς να ξανακάνουμε restart. Ούτε καν κοντά δεν είμαστε.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Ούτε καν.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no coat. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Εντάξει, ούτε καν. Πάμε να συνεχίσουμε. Γιατί από ό,τι φαίνεται έχουμε μέλλον μέχρι να φτάσουμε στο gas station. Ο άλλος το πώς που πήγε. Εδώ λίγο να μην έχεις καλό προσανατολισμό, τελείωσες.
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Και checkpoint. Υπάρχει μια ανακούφιση γενικά όταν βλέπουμε checkpoint. Τι λες τώρα? Τέλεια. Νομίζω το flare gun παίζει να είναι το καλύτερο όπλο που μπορείς να έχεις εδώ πέρα. Εντάξει, άλλαξε κατευθείαν τώρα, 3. Θα ήταν λίγο δύσκολο με το πιστόλι νομίζω. Και η καραμπίνα λογικά πρέπει να είναι one shot, one kill.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
See. Είμαστε γεμάτοι. Ωραία. Τέλεια. Σε περίπτωση που δεν την είχαμε βρει.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, 2 new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. Night Springs.
Okay. Το παιχνίδι σας είπα είναι λίγο τρελό, έτσι.
Stucky's body vanished, leaving behind only a lifetime of nightmares to come, assuming I reached the lights of the gas station alive.
Νόμιζα ότι μπορείς να σπάσει αυτό. Και ένα collectible. Σελίδα δεν βλέπω. Δεν υπάρχει. Ή υπάρχει κάπου και δεν τη βλέπω εγώ. Όπου σχεδόν φτάσαμε.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls when I first arrived with Alice.
Άρα για κάποιο λόγο έχουμε φτάσει κάπως μπροστά στην ιστορία. Γιατί δεν θυμάμαι, μάλλον σαν να σε πηγαίνει μπρος και πίσω.
After the insanity I had just experienced in the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself.
Checkpoint.